I didn't used to live in Los Angeles, and now I do. I have to. And it's not very inspiring. You're just surrounded by other writers with their computers, drinking coffee. I'm not inspired by that. I'm inspired by real people, real experiences, culture. So when I need inspiration, I usually leave town, and I was not very well traveled prior to writing Juno, and now because of that film, I've had the opportunity to travel to all kinds of cool places, and that's what's been kind of keeping me going artistically.
Can you talk about how, once you finished your screenplay of Juno, how did you get to the director? And that's one question. The other thing is that remarkable performance by Jennifer Garner in that film,
Yeah.
which was really deserving of many awards, I would think. Did that character change at all? Did her kind of involvement with the film change the sympathy at all, or was that already there?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, to answer the first part of your question, it was the whole process of getting Juno out there was atypical, I would say. I'm not sure why. I had written the book already, and I think that was helpful to me because I had written this silly book and it had been successful and it was kind of sensational, and I think people, when they heard I'd written a screenplay, they were curious because they assumed it was going to be about the sex industry, or, you know, maybe they thought it was going to be spectacularly awful. I don't know, but for some reason people had an interest in reading it from the beginning. So I had that on my side. And this fly is all over me. American trash. Yeah, I'm like, I think, so I remember weirdly enough, you know, a lot of people really have to pound the pavement with the script. We got a pretty big reaction right away. I remember the script getting a lot of buzz, which was cool. It went to a lot of directors. I mean, people you wouldn't even expect. I think I remember like Joel Schumacher reading it or something. Like, I'm serious. Like, which would be really cool. But Jason is he's so confident and he's so self-assured. I think he just really came in there and just said, I am the director of this movie, and they listened to him. And then, was the second question?
About Jennifer Garner's
Oh
character.
yeah, Jennifer Garner. The character of Vanessa in Juno was the most difficult character to write, absolutely. I related to that character the least. And one concern that we had during the development process was that she would seem unsympathetic and cold, and that you wouldn't want her to have this child, and you wouldn't want her to sort of win the day. And so it was so important to find somebody who was likable and empathetic, and for some reason you just fall in love with Jennifer Garner. No matter how uptight or you know, judgmental she may seem in the beginning of the film, you cannot help but see that desperation and softness in her. And I think it also helped. There was a weird coincidence where a lot of the people working on Juno had just had babies. Jennifer Garner had a new baby. Jason Reitman, I think his wife's baby was like 2 months old when we were shooting. And so everyone was feeling, I think, very sentimental. And I think that shows through. I feel like there's all this sort of raw parental emotion in that movie. It's weird. Jason Bateman had a new baby too. It's very weird.